the Vovin Obelisk Carrier. The Vovin class was a gift provided by a variant Iconian civilization as an update to the previously known Obelisk Carrier. This particular class offers a unique, sleek appearance. The Vovin variant is able to field more modernized technology and capabilities, including an increased structural integrity field and improved field mobility. Coupled with exceptional drone control, included in its normal composition is a special effect subspace fracture tunneling field, which is able to provide a significant boost to the hull strength of the ship, as well as a reconstructive conversion wave. This reconstructive wave acts similar in the way that Borg technology acts to heal the damage in a ship's hull over time. The Vovin class is based on an ancient Solanae Obelisk class carrier, which was acquired and deployed by the Khitomer Alliance members ahead of the Iconian War. The Iconian technology gave an edge during the previous war in a previous timeline. The updated version is much more formidable with its increased hull density and structural integrity. Typical for starships operated by the Iconians and their allies, the Vovin class is equipped with anti-proton beams and transphasic torpedoes. This armament arrangement affords great command and flexibility on the field. Standard equipment includes impulse warp engines, quantum slipstream drive, and transwarp technology. This allows rapid deployment to any sector which the carrier may be required. Finally, commander-ranked officers doubling as engineers or command professionals can be found routinely on the bridge, as well as lower-ranking officers working as engineers or science station personnel. Miracle workers can often be deployed in various bridge stations. As is normal for such ships, subsystem targeting is included in some of the advanced tactical configuration. Twin replicative hangar bays can field 6 Vovin drones, commonly referred to as swarmers each, for a total of 12, and, as has been discovered by advanced engineering teams with the correct application of Iconian technology, a hidden subsystem can be found to launch an additional 8 drones if the technology is linked in a specific way. These 4 pieces of technology provide enhanced capability for the replicative hangar bays, allowing the vessel to field a total of 20 swarmers. The remaining 8 are controlled internally by the ship's subsystems and are not controllable by bridge personnel. In-game, the subspace fracture tunneling field is a very interesting console with a unique ability. This console is not locked to the Vovin carrier, so it can be applied to any ship. The 30% hull regeneration, which is not reduced during combat, is useful for anyone playing a tank or needing additional hull regeneration. You should consider it for your build. The clickable ability is very interesting. It is an almost instantaneous teleport after a few second countdown that can be activated by a clickable button on your hotbar. By targeting an ally or a foe, you can teleport within a couple of kilometers facing them directly. The additional benefits of this are if you are inside a swarm of enemies, they will be held for a couple of seconds, and you will gain temporary hit points. It also reduces the recharge time of any Universal Console abilities by 25%. This particular teleport ability is useful in those TFOs where you have to go somewhere, grab an object, and take it somewhere again. Gravity Well, I have seen, is especially in need of this for grabbing the particles and taking them to the Jupiter. You should really check out this console, if nothing else, for its hull recharge and its teleport ability. The second of the four-piece consoles is the Reactive Antiproton Cascade Emitter. This does not have a passive ability, but it does need to be applied for the four-piece to be active. This clickable ability taunts 4 nearby foes for 20 seconds, gaining you aggro, gives 100 energy damage resistance rating, 50% shield resistances, which appear to be across all damage types, and after 10 seconds reflects up to 200% of all incoming fire back to a single target. It may be multiple targets. More testing is needed. I read it as multiple targets. However, it could be interpreted either way. Anyhow, this is basically a draw all the aggro, all the enemies fire at your ship. After 10 seconds, all that damage is reflected back. You gain a little bit of damage resistance. It's okay, but it is needed for the four-piece, and you want it for the four-piece. The third console in the four-piece is the Obelisk Subspace Rift Warp Core. It is available through a mission and obtainable multiple times. The effect of this Warp Core changes the auxiliary power. It allows auxiliary power to exceed 125, and if auxiliary power is low, it will add additional auxiliary power on top of that. It also adds 7.5% of auxiliary power to the shield power, so it increases your shields a little bit. It also increases passive hull regeneration. There is a clickable ability which will give you more regeneration and a little bit more power for a little bit of time. Additionally, if you activate a weapon or shield battery, it will increase those for a little bit of time. And if you click the red matter capacitor, it'll increase everything for a little bit of time. You can read the tooltip for more information on what this warp core will do for each clickable expendable. Finally, the fourth piece of the four-piece set is the Ancient Omnidirectional Beam Array. This is obtainable from the same mission as the Obelisk Subspace Warp Core. It is an anti-proton omni-beam, which does decent damage. It, of course, has a 20% crit severity, and it also, on every non-critical hit, will increase the crit chance by 1.9% up to 10 times. So it can increase the crit percent chance up to almost 20%, and then as soon as critical hit lands, it all resets. Torpedo exploits, if you have a torpedo build with this attached, will gain 50 armor penetration. It is part of the four-piece set and is needed for the four-piece set. the omnidirectional beam array, subspace fracture tunneling field, reactive antiproton cascade emitter, and the warp core are all needed for the 4-piece. Let's talk about the 4-piece. The Obelisk Swarmers, which come standard on the Vovin Carrier, have the following abilities: focused antiproton array, transphasic torpedo, antiproton defense array, and carry beam array overload 1. Upon clicking launch, each hangar will support 2 deployed wings or 6 total swarmers. When you launch a hangar pet, there's a 5% reduction for captain abilities and command specialist bridge officer abilities with a 40-second recharge. I have shown here the normal rare Obelisk Swarmers because of the 4-piece bonus. The 4-piece bonus allows 8 additional swarmers to be launched, not under your control. So the ship automatically launches them. I don't know what level they launch at. I assume they launch at the rare and they're not advanced or epic. They're just regular. They do level up, but more testing is needed to figure out where these are, what they come from. I do hope that you enjoy playing with the Vovin Obelisk Carrier and all of its interesting abilities. Thanks for watching. See you next time.